Thank you for carving out time to hop on with us. You're a busy girl. You landed at 1 a.m. from Fort Lauderdale?
Yep. It was a busy night or a busy day yesterday. I can't even talk right now. But anything for you, Jen. I love being here and love that you wanted to have a little conversation with me and talk all things soccer and Sportswomen of Colorado.
And Jordan, I want to talk about you. 2004 Gatorade Player of the Year, soccer, Lakewood girl, correct?
Yes.
Yep, graduate from Green Mountain, and you head to Santa Clara.
Yes.
I did not know about this. You tore your ACL how many times at Santa Clara?
Twice in a year. Not fun.
Oof.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, both knees or?
I tore my ACL total in my career 3 times, but all on my left knee, which was
oh my gosh,
the really difficult part. Yeah.
So you go to Santa Clara College.
Yes.
You had a successful career there.
It was fun. Yeah. It was really fun.
What was your greatest moment there?
It has to be going to the Final Four, the College Cup, my freshman year. I was a freshman, didn't really know what I was getting into, didn't know if I was going to play or where I was going to play. I was kind of this utility player.
You played everywhere, I read.
I played
midfield, you were center back, right?
I was forward. I honestly played everywhere. And I think that was one of also my strengths is I was adaptable and I just understood the game because I played a lot of different positions. And we made it to the College Cup, ended up losing in the semifinal, but to get there with the team that we had and my freshman year where I had no I was hopeful of that because Santa Clara was a really prominent program and I wanted to be a part of them continuing to succeed, but I didn't have expectations. I went in like on a really small scholarship. I could have chose a full ride to a lot of different places. And I said, no, this is where I want to go. I want to be a professional soccer player. I know that this will help me get better. And it was really nice to be able to see that come to fruition and to get to compete at the biggest stage with my family in the stands. And that was probably the highlight.
And you ended up earning a full ride by the time you graduated.
Yeah. I mean, it took me 6 years to graduate, but I had a full ride for 4 of those, which is pretty good.
So you're a workhorse. We know that.
Yes, a workhorse.
You didn't go play professionally. You debut, you scored 22 goals, I want to say, your first.
Ooh, I wish. I think I had 8 goals my rookie year. I was a leading rookie goal scorer in WPS, which
we'll just say 22.
We'll say 22. Let's put it at 22 and nobody has to know. I had an awesome year. I was named best 11 in a league filled with full internationals from all over the world, Sweden, France. Like, I don't know how I was on that. And I didn't start starting games until like halfway through because I wasn't, I was a 2nd round pick, but like you said, I was just a workhorse. Like, you give me a task and I'll figure out a way to tell you that I belong on the field. And so, yeah, it was an awesome year, runner up for rookie of the year. I got called into the national team. It felt like I was like on the precipice of my dreams. And it was a World Cup year. And then the first game of my 2nd year, I retore my ACL again, same knee, like about 25 minutes into the game after scoring a goal, being a part of an assist, it just was like, what is going on? How is this real? It still feels like a dream. I think that really happened.
Yeah. And so digging deep, that had to be a dark time. Mm-hmm. Your ACL injuries, they transformed your life in profound ways. How did they shape your leadership philosophy? And you have something called the ACL Club, correct?
I do. Yeah, that's a good question because sometimes, especially as a younger athlete, it's hard to see perspective on things that you don't know. And, sport is our life. We love sport. We have utilized sport to transform us into who we are. And I think from the leadership perspective, I gained a lot of empathy. I was an adamant hard worker. Like, I was not the best player by any means on any of the teams that I played on. I wasn't the most athletic, but man, was I going to work the hardest. And I think the empathy I got from being out and realizing how people operate differently and how to speak and communicate with people who operate differently from me and maybe don't have that crazy mindset that I had, but still have their own way about doing things. I loved that empathy side of leadership, and just being grateful, being grateful that your body works, that you can participate in a sport, that you can help a team out. And sometimes that means on the field, but sometimes it means from the sideline.
And so your resilience and your grit then takes you into from being a player and an advocate to a broadcaster.
I know. Weird.
What are you doing now?
I knew that there was going to be life after playing soccer. I ended up playing for 2 more years after that third ACL. And I just was determined to make this broadcast thing work. And some way, somehow, I'm calling National Women's Soccer Games. And I started in high school soccer here in Colorado. So another thing that I'm just so grateful for Colorado for.
So now you have been an integral part of bringing the Denver Summit NWSL team to Denver. Can you just debrief on how that happened and what you're looking the most forward to?
Oh gosh. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah. Oh, thank you. You've been a big advocate and been so supportive of all of it. And I think that's one of the cool things, Jen, is being at these different celebrations over the last year and seeing all these powerful female athletes, and everyone, it doesn't matter what sport they play, they are so stoked that we have a professional women's soccer team here in Denver now. So I'm just really grateful for that.
Yes.
And it's just all come together really like almost dreamlike. I still have to pinch myself sometimes that this is actually happening. Every new step, I feel like I cry, but in a good way, because why I did this is because of Jen, like your daughters, so that they get to go 100%. Watch this. The kids that are growing up who, one day will be a professional, get to see that this is real life. I remember being young and Cindy Parlow coming to our training, and she was a U.S. Women's National Team player. And I thought, she is just a real person. Like there's nothing different about her. So that could be me. When you see people on TV, you're like, I don't know, like they just don't seem real. And when they're standing in front of you, you know that it's possible. And I wanted to give that opportunity to girls here in Colorado who just are built different.
And by the way, Jordan, I think this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
So thank you. I think you have a lot of chapters left to write in the story of Jordan, and your resilience and grit has gotten you so far. So it's been great catching up with you and chatting.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Jen. I really appreciate it.